Hi everyone, welcome to Henry's English channel. Today I'm going to be talking about IELTS speaking. In particular, I'll be talking about pronunciation problems for people from various geographical areas. So I'll give an introduction, then I'll talk about Japan, China, Arabic-speaking countries, Vietnam and Latin America. Now, in terms of an overview of this issue, we can break the problem down into three main areas, and that's hearing, understanding, and reproducing. So let's look at hearing first. Now, let's look at the whistle. So, for example, I can make a whistle sound. You can hear that sound, correct? But if I have a dog whistle and I blow on it, the dog can hear the sound, but you can't. So, in particular countries, they make certain sounds that they may not even exist in your country. For example, in Germany, they have the German R, which is a It's made by vibrating the uvula at the back of your throat. So in your particular country, you may not even have that sound. To start with, you might not even hear it. They may speak so quickly that you don't even hear that sound, right? So that's the first stage of the issue, hearing. You have to be able to hear it to be able to reproduce it. The second part of the problem is understanding how to reproduce it. So going back to the whistle, I can make the whistle sound. You can hear the whistle, but you don't know how to do it. You have to, we call it pursing our lips. You have to purse your lips in a certain way. So you have to know how to do that before you can actually do it, right? I do this, maybe you're pursing your lips incorrectly. So understanding how to reproduce the problem is the second step. And then the third step is actually reproducing it. So going back to the example of the German R, you may be able to hear it, you may actually even understand how it's made. Oh yeah, you're vibrating the uvula at the back of your throat, but you may not be able to do it. It's one thing knowing how it's done, it's another actually doing it. See, I can't backflip. I can see how it's done. People crouch, they jump backwards and they can backflip, but I can't do it. So there are three stages to the problem. Often the third stage requires practice. With the German R, for example, once upon a time I actually could not make that sound. I had to practice over and over again as an 18-year-old in order to be able to do that. I finally could do it. Sometimes, even today, I'm still not quite successful in being able to do it. But I've practiced enough where I'm basically confident in making that sound. So this part of it, part 3, has a lot to do with practice, has a lot to do with muscles. Your muscles are shaped in a certain way. Over the years you speak this language and you've developed certain muscles and abilities that other people can't copy, right? So that's the introduction. I'm going to talk about Japan and the problems with R and L. With Japanese people, they're unfairly, maybe even laughed at for not being able to pronounce R and L. A Japanese can't pronounce R and L. But it actually goes two ways. There are certain sounds in Japanese that Westerners can't pronounce. I know this because I know basic Japanese and I know the issues. So if you're watching this video, I recommend you actually listen to my video on Japan because it's relevant to other countries. China, there are problems with short vowel sounds. I've really noticed a lot of students have problems with the short E sound, so internet. Many students will say internet. So I'll talk about that in my Chinese video. Arabic video. Arabic students, and it's commonly known, even with Arabic students, they have problems pronouncing B and P. So I'll talk about that in my Arabic video. Vietnamese students have problems with end consonants, in particular S. So the birds. Often Vietnamese students will drop that S for some reason. And I'll talk about why that's happening, and I'll address Vietnamese students and how that they can fix their problem with these end consonants. And finally, Latin America, a bit similar to China with their short vowel sounds. So this is my introductory video to this lesson, and then I'm going to address each of the different countries.